morning, everybody. Right. We are live. I'll turn the lights on. Sorry guys, hi, morning. If you have got a towel or a resistance band or something that you can use, go grab one. I'm going to be using that for our stretch today. Our little stretch session this morning. Hope you're all okay. We're trialling having Jack and the kids out in the garden while I do this session, so I don't know if it's going to be noisy. Hopefully not. What was I going to get? A little watch so I can keep track of time. So yeah, if you guys, I'm just waiting for a few more people to join in, but grab yourselves a towel or resistance band or something that you can use for the stretches. And we'll crack on in just a minute. Okay, so yeah, I've got myself a resistance band. If you don't have that, that's absolutely fine. But just a little towel or something would be good. Okay, right. Let's crack on. We've got a few people watching. More on YouTube than Instagram today, which is.
I've done this as well.
Did you? Oh, okay. Right. So I hope you're all good. Welcome. It's still a bit dark, isn't it? That's the trouble with morning sessions. Always a little bit dark. Okay, cool. Well, let's crack on. And yeah, get going. Nice little stretch session we're going to do today. And we're just going to start standing up and just doing some really nice circles of our arms. So just standing up. Oh, I did my session on Friday. Absolutely killed my arms and my chest and my shoulders so much that oh yeah, even feeding Indy, holding Indy. Now she's a small baby. She's not very heavy. We're going to just go over to one side and feeding her, trying to hold her up. I was like shaking, and I'm still quite stiff for it. I did put quite a lot of press ups in, and obviously I'm still trying to improve my press ups at the moment. So that could be why. So just big circles. We're going to do 5 in one direction. Oh my God, see that hurts. And then we're going to do 5 in the other direction. Sit on the other side. Get it over. 2. Hear all of your back crunching. 3, 4, 5. Good. Okay, cool. So we'll come down to the ground. I might just pop the YouTube screen just down slightly so you can see me. So we'll start on the ground and we'll just pop our feet together. Ooh, more clicky. And just hold your feet or hold your ankles and just have a little sit forward. So lean your chest forwards towards your feet and try and push your knees as far down to the ground as you can. So yeah, again, sorry if it's a little bit noisy. Our new garden is getting some use this morning. So Jack and the kids are in the garden, which is nice, but it's just a bit noisy. Okay, so we're going to hold this for about 10 seconds longer. So you should feel a really nice stretch in your inner thighs here, your adductor muscles. Okay, and then after that, we're going to go just to one side. So we'll pop one foot out sideways and just stretch down to that side. If you need to, I might just shut the doors. You crack on. I'm just going to shut it. There we go. Anyway, carry on as we were. If you struggle to touch your toes or grab your toes, this is now one of the times that we can grab hold of our towel or our resistance band just to stretch down. But if you can grab hold of it, just grab hold of your toe with 2 hands, okay, and pull yourself down. And our legs going out to the side, which means that we're going to stretch out this inner thigh, as well as our hamstrings, but mainly the inner thigh muscle, our adductor muscle. So yes, we just went for a run this morning, completely failed. Oh my god, Rafi's got like mud balls that he's got like mud balls that he's throwing all over our new garden. Oh, let's not think about that. Right, let's switch over to the other side. So again, out to the side, and we're going to just go for a nice stretch. Yeah, I failed on my run. I got up too late. Jack let me have a little lie-in this morning because I was up so many times with Indy last night and with Rafi. I don't think he's 100% well. So I was up loads with them both. And so I had a little lie-in and literally got up and had a cup of tea and then went running. And I was aiming to do 5K. And I did 4 and I literally could not run any further. I had such a bad stitch. It was literally, oh my God, it was so painful. That I just had to give up after 4K, which I feel a bit bad about. I think it's like, okay, let's, anyway, I'm gibbering on. Let's sit with your both legs straight now, and we're gonna grab hold of the band or the towel, okay? And we're gonna pull ourselves forwards. So we want a nice straight back with this one, and just going forward, we're gonna pull our feet backwards or up towards the ceiling, kind of back this way, okay? So this is a really nice hamstring stretch on the backs of your legs. So obviously, yeah, what was I going to say? I think I was just talking about running, really boring conversation, but I think hydration, I think I was quite dehydrated. Up all night breastfeeding, a quick cup of tea, and then off running. Couldn't hack it. Might have to go and run another kilometre this afternoon just to make up for it. Because in the moment you feel like I literally don't care. I can't do any longer. I can't do any further. And now I feel really bad about it. And I'm like, oh, I should have done it. Okay, we're going to just put one foot on there, and the other foot's going to go into your kind of inner thigh. And we're just going to try and get our chest really low. So grab hold of that band a bit closer with the opposite arm, and your other arm, if you can stretch it and put it over your foot, do that. And we're just going to try and get our chest really low down. And again, we don't want to be too slumped over. Try and keep your back nice and straight. It's a bit funny. So, oh, it feels good to stretch today. Definitely have not stretched enough this week again. We're going to actually film, hopefully this week if we've got time, some mini stretch sessions to pop on our YouTube channel. We're going to switch over to the other side now. So that will be hook it over, pull in. That will be, because obviously these ones are so lovely, doing a really nice like half an hour stretch on a Sunday morning. It's really nice, but it's not practical to do. It's not practical to do like all the time, a few times a week. If you're exercising as well, trying to fit in extra 30-minute stretches is not hugely practical for busy lives. So what we're going to hopefully film is some shut the door. The doors have been opened again. Oh well. Okay, let's stop on that side then. From here, we're going to try and stretch out your quads. Okay, so what we're going to do is go onto our knees, like a kneeling position, and we're just going to try and kind of come backwards. So it depends. This one is a funny one because some people are more flexible than others. Okay, so you're going to lean backwards and feel a nice stretch of along your quads. I'm going to go onto my elbows. If you can go onto your elbows and keep your knees down to the ground, then that's good. If your knees then come off, you're not really stretching out your quads, so just come up onto your hands again. Okay, so it just depends how flexible you are with your quads. So just do what feels comfortable. Anyway, going back to the videos, yeah, we're going to just do some short like leg videos, like, you know, a little 10-minute leg stretch session, 10-minute arms stretch session, ab stretch session, things like that you can just, if you're feeling like you get up, backs as well. There's another really big one. And if you get up and you just feel like, oh, I'm just really stiff, but I don't have half an hour to spend doing a stretch class, then yeah, that'd be a good idea to do that. Okay, from here we're going to go into kneeling position. Just grab hold of one leg, and you're going to kind of try and push your knee backwards. So we don't want it out to the side, we want it down, facing down. Sorry, hopefully you can still hear me. And just push your knee kind of backwards, and you should again feel a really nice stretch down your quad muscle, which takes a battering with all of these workouts, all of these HIIT workouts that we've been doing recently. So yeah, nice stretch out. We'll do about another 10 seconds on this side, and then we'll switch over to the other side. You can do this one standing if you'd rather. I've just positioned one of the screens down, so if I do it standing, it will chop off my head. Okay, and the other side then. Just grab hold of your foot, and again, push your knee backwards. That's it. Nice deep breaths as well. Does feel like a nice treat doing a little stretch session, doesn't it? Rather than jumping around, running around. Like, actually, we're going to just treat our bodies, give our bodies a little rest today. Apart from if you've got to go and run another kilometre. Not ideal. Oh well. Okay. We're going to lay on our backs now and do another little hamstring stretch. I should have really tied this into the other ones, but I didn't. Oh well. Okay, so lay down on your back. Put your band or your towel around your foot and put it more over your toe than over your heel, because you're going to pull your toe down to the ground. Okay? And you should feel a really nice stretch down your calf and also your hamstring. So we want to keep your leg nice and straight and pull it in towards the, I was going to say towards the doors, but not everyone has doors right there. Towards your head. Okay, so really nice stretch. And you can relax your head down. I'm just actually going to lift mine up a little bit, just so I can get even closer to my foot. So really nice stretch here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to bend your knee and then pull your band or your towel in a bit closer and then straighten your leg again. Okay, so we'll do it again. We're going to bend and straighten your leg. And again, bend. Keep wanting to do that legally blonde. Bend and snap and stretch. Okay, and again, bend and stretch. Good. Okay, other side then. Whew. That's it. So again, hook it over your toe more than your heel. Okay, bend your knee and then just straighten it, and we'll hold it here just for around 30 seconds. Oh, that side feels a lot tighter than my other side. There we go. Really lovely stretch. And it looks like it's going to be a lovely day again. There we go. Got about another 10 seconds, and then we're going to do like exactly what we did before. So we're going to bend a knee and then straighten it again. Okay, so let's go. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Two more. Bend and straighten. And the last one. Bend and straighten. Oh, there we go. Cool. Right, we'll pop your band to the side for a few minutes. And we're going to go into... What are you doing? We're going to go into a little downward dog position now. I've got a little helper. Okay, so down like this. And what you're going to do is try and push your weight back towards your feet and push your heels down to the ground as much as possible. I'm doing some stretches. Yeah. I'm not going to fall over. You're going to fall over. You're fine. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll bend one knee. Bend one knee. And while we're bending one knee, we'll push the other heel down closer to the ground. So what you'll feel is a really nice stretch all down the back of your straight leg. Okay, so we'll straighten the other leg and then I'm doing some stretching. And then bend the other one. Like that, Daddy. Is it Daddy's mat, is it? I wonder who bought it though. Who paid for it? Daddy. Yeah. Okay, let's do the other side then. So bend one leg, straighten the other, and the straight leg, just push that heel down to the ground. Down to the ground. Okay, side. Like a little parrot.
Rafi.
Okay, and then we're going to just do it a bit quicker. So we're going to paddle the feet down, 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 and just keep alternating, bending one leg and straightening the other, pushing one heel down to the ground at one time. And try not to squash your son in the process. Okay, cool. From here, we're just going to go into, oh, I feel very hot after that one, a little child's pose. Hello, Baba. You're going to go play outside with Daddy, please? Okay, go and get your stick book. Bye, love you.
Bye.
Okay, so into little child's pose then. So what you're going to do is sit back onto your heels and reach your hands forwards. Okay, so you can just rest your head onto the mat. Try not to headbutt it too hard. Reach your hands forwards as much as you can, and you should feel like a really nice stretch on your shoulder blades. Try not to fall asleep if you can at all help it. Okay, so just really reach those hands forwards. Take some nice deep breaths in this position. And then from here, you're just going to take one hand and pop it over the top of the other hand. Okay, so this time you should feel it just on one side more than the other. Nice deep breaths again. This feels like a good stretch for me this morning. Okay, and then we're going to take the same hand and we're going to pop it underneath the arm and just reach it forwards. And again, really nice deep breaths. Get that oxygen into your muscles. Oh, this is a nice one. Okay, all right, guys. Over to the other side then. So take one hand, your other hand over to the top of your other hand. And just stretch your arms forwards. And again, just relax your head onto the ground. Take some nice deep breaths. That's nice. It is nice to stretch. So I'm hoping that Jack might actually get through the whole of this stretch session today when he comes to do it. He did the session the other day, last week's session the other day, and he said to me, yeah, I got a bit bored, so I gave up after a while. I was like, oh, cheers, thank you for supporting me. Okay, so take your other hand, take your hand now and pop it underneath and reach it out to the side. Again, nice deep breaths. Sorry about the unrelaxing sounds of rapping. Okay, 5 more seconds on this side. Okay, we're going to come into a little kneeling position now. And we're going to just stretch out our wrists. Okay, so what we're going to do with our wrists, we're going to just face them backwards, pop your hands on the ground, and just keep your arms nice and straight. You should feel a nice stretch in your hands, in your wrists even. This is another thing. Jack went to do the stretch session. He went, do you know what you should really do? Is do some wrist stretches. And I was like, yeah, Jack, I actually did do some wrist stretches. If you'd watched the video, if you hadn't got bored after a few minutes, you would have seen. Okay, so make sure those elbows are nice and straight. And then what we're going to do is just take one hand at a time and reach it and kind of straighten it forwards like the normal position. Put your palm down to the ground just on one side. Keep the other hand straight, the other elbow straight. Okay, and then switch over, other palm to the ground, other wrist, other hand the other way. Okay. And now both of them up the right way. Just reach forwards. Move your elbows, your shoulders forwards a little bit, just so you're getting a little bit more flexibility in the wrists. So your wrists, obviously, you don't really tend to stretch them out all that much, but you do use them a lot for, press ups and planks and tricep dips and things like that. Burpees, of course, mountain climbers. So yes, it's equally as important to stretch these out as other things. Just because they're small muscles doesn't mean we should neglect them. Okay, so now just come and just do some big circles with your hands. There we go. Good. Okay, cool. We're going to just do a few back stretches and arm stretches, upper body. So we will take our take the band or your towels and just lift it over on top of to the top of your head and just go over to one side. I've got a little bit cramp in my lat muscle there. Okay, so what you should feel here is a really nice stretch all down one side of your body. Okay, never really know where to have my head with this one. Feels a bit funny to have it like that. Okay, and now we'll go to the other side. That's it. Well done, everyone. Nice deep breaths again. Stretch, and now we're going to go down and up, all the way up, and back slightly, and down, and all the way up, and behind you slightly again, and down, and up, and behind. Good work. Perfect. Okay. Right. So a little shoulder stretch now. Take one hand, one arm over the other, and point that thumb down to the ground. Then you just have a look over the shoulder that you're stretching out. Nice deep breaths again. Oh, this one's hurting mine. Not hurting, obviously. It's good for it. Stretching out where I really need to stretch out. After all those blooming press ups. And Jack still keeps saying to me, just do press ups on the live videos. I think he's embarrassed that, I'm not very good at them, but I was like, no, I've got to keep going. I've got to keep doing them because the only way I'm going to actually do them, if I'm doing, if I put it in my lesson plan, I wouldn't really just do them on my own in the house. So good for me. And it's, you guys can all see me struggling and know that you're not on your own while you're struggling to do your press ups as well. Okay, right. This time, just pop your hands on your lower back and just bring your elbows backwards and try and bring them together as much as possible. Okay, so you should feel a really nice stretch for this one across your chest and also across your shoulder blades. Good work. Jack's trying to sweep up the new artificial grass that we've got because Rafi's just destroyed it already. Is it worth ever doing anything nice when you've got young kids? I don't know. Okay, now we're going to grab our bands or our towel again. And what you're going to do is take one hand, but you're basically going to try and almost meet your hands together. So just walk them down your band or your towel and just try and get them as close together as you can. So stretch out one shoulder at a time, and also you should feel where it's stretching is your, a little wobble, is your tricep. Okay, so try and pull that, the elbow that's pointing up to the ground, try and stretch that down your back as much as possible. So pull it with the other arm down. So got about another 5 seconds on this side, and then we'll switch sides. Okay, get my hair all knotted up with it. So elbow up to facing up to the ceiling, and stretching. Try and meet those hands. And pull that the arm with the elbow that's up to the ceiling. Try and pull that down, kind of backwards and down. Oh dear. I have no idea how much you can actually hear from what's going on outside. I think Rafi just threw his shopping basket at Jack's head. I was sitting on the sofa the other day, me and Jack were just having a conversation, literally minding our own business. Rafi just came up to me and just smacked me around the face, like so hard I started crying. I mean, I was really tired, but yeah, he didn't need to cry about it. He is only 2. Okay, cool. And now what you're going to do is grab hold of your, you can just make your hands together. You don't need to grab hold of your band. Link your hands together and just stretch them backwards. Again, nice deep breaths. That's it. Stretch back, stretch back, stretch back. Good work, everybody. Well done. Big circles of your arms again. And what I forgot, which we will do quickly now, is our glutes. Our big booties. Again, a really important muscle to stretch because we use them in so many of our workouts, our glute muscles. So we'll just do one leg over the other. Bring that knee in towards your chest. Going a little bit higgledy-piggledy with my stretching today. Usually I kind of start lower body and work up, or start upper body and work down. Today I'm kind of jumping all around, but hopefully you're still enjoying it, and hopefully you're still doing it. I can see I've still got some people watching, so hopefully they are. Hopefully you guys are doing it. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to bring that knee in towards your chest. And if you don't really feel the stretch that much, just walk this foot backwards, okay, and pull your knee in. And where you should feel it is just on this side, on your glute muscle. Okay, so again, nice deep breaths. That's it. And we will do another 5 seconds and then switch sides. Nice work. Okay, other side then. So you might feel after this that like one stretch was really more beneficial than others, and that you're still feeling stiffness, and you want to stretch out some one area more than the rest. So you can just kind of continue to stretch after this has finished if you've got the time. I've got a very busy day of attempting to colour my hair and finishing off painting our garden fence. That's it. Okay, cool. Right, we're stopping there. Let's go to our pigeon stretch then. Okay, so I'll do this on the I'll do this in the ground just so you can kind of see my leg position. But basically, you're going to bring one. Can you see this? Yeah. One leg out in front of you, and then one leg out behind you, and just try and get your hips down to the ground and your chest down to the ground. I'm going to do it on the mat just because it's more comfortable for me. I thought I'd just do it on the floor so you can see. So one foot as far forwards as you can, and then the other foot reaching backwards, and just try and get that chest low. And you should feel just on one side, really nice stretch. I love this stretch. I mean, it's painful, but it's really, really nice stretch. I think anyway. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it as well. That's it. Again, nice deep breaths. I need to clean the leaves of this plant. Really dusty. I always talk about cleaning when I'm doing this. these stretches because I've got time just to look around and look under the sofa and look under the cabinet to see all the dust and dirt everywhere. Okay, let's do the other side then. So other foot forwards, trying to reach as far forwards as you can. Other foot going backwards and sit down onto that foot, onto the front leg. That's it. Good work. So yeah, as I said, we've got we're going to try and pop a few extra mini stretch videos on to our YouTube channel, and then this week we've got the timetable of our live classes. It's going to be exactly the same as it was last week and the week before. So me tomorrow 6 p.m. my live HIIT workout, and I'm not finding it any easier. I'm now like 4 weeks in and I'm still really struggling with them. Okay, let's stop there then. And then we're going to just do a little hip flexor stretch and then we're done. Okay, so pop your, go into a little, this position. I don't know what you're going to call this position. We'll push your hips forward and lean your chest back. And you can just take your hands up above your head, just so your chest is nice and straight, your back's nice and straight. That's it. And here you should feel a stretch in your hip flexor, which is just here. And that's again we use all the time. Often gets neglected with stretching. So you'll use it for things like running and high knees and mountain climbers and things as well, like you know, when we do things like leg raises or V-sits or bicycles, things like that, anything where you're kind of stretching and bending your legs. Okay, other side. Yeah. So all of these stretches that we've done today are really great for you to try and do more than once a week. Obviously, again, as I said, we don't have time to do all of them more than once a week, but it's just going to really help you with your workouts, help you to avoid injury and help you to get better range of movement in your workouts, and therefore, you know, burning more calories and using more muscles for all of the exercises that you do. Cool. Okay, everyone, we are done. So let's just do again. Finish with some nice circles of your arms, 5 in one direction, and then we'll go 5 in the other direction, and then job done for another Sunday stretch. And that was lovely. I enjoyed that. So thank you for joining me. And yeah, if you're only just joining in, you can catch up on our YouTube channel, which will be there forever, hopefully. So have a lovely Sunday, and yeah, join us this week for some more live workouts. Thank you. Bye. And I got to say goodbye.